How's it going, everyone? It's Lee again from Function Dynamic, and in today's video what we'll be doing is covering email templates. Now, in the last video what we did was we covered sending automatic emails, but as you can see right here, building out emails and dealing with the code is a little bit more hands-on than things need to be. And thankfully, Zoho Creator makes it really easy with record templates. So this video is going to cover both creating record templates and then attaching them to the email workflows. So, for example, whenever someone makes a sale, then the customer might want to get an email copy of the transaction. So to begin, what we'll do is we'll exit off and go into settings. And what we want to do is go over to the extensions and click record templates. And once there, we can see we have one already made, but we'll create one. Now you can go in and select any of these existing ones. I tend not to use it just because, well, if we just jump into one right now, we can see that unfortunately a lot of these are hard-coded values, and building one from scratch is, at least in my opinion, a lot easier than going in and making changes to all of these and making it look right. So what I'll do is I'll close that one off and create a template blank, and what we'll do for this demonstration is base it off of the sale and then call it sales receipt. Press create, and we get the record template creation screen. Okay, so once you're here, you could try to drag and drop elements onto the screen. Sometimes, though, as you can see, I'm struggling to find the placement. That's because we don't really have much to anchor to. So we can just double click it, and it will automatically throw in the first element there. And basically, you just go in and type in what you want. For ours, maybe we want to throw in an image. Now, if you want to add other images to be reused, just press here. As you can see, I have the Function Dynamic logo, so I'll just toss that in. And this is the default image size. If you can do one of two things. One is you can upload an image that is the correct size, or B, in my case, what you can do is just upload a standard image size, and then go click edit as HTML, and we're just going to edit the CSS just a little bit. So for this, let's change the width. It was 300 pixels. Let's change it to 50, and I'm just going to type height : auto semicolon. So this will retain the aspect ratio of the image with the image width being set to 50. And I just press OK, and we can see that it automatically updates there. And then from there, you can just drag it over. Other things for formatting: the spacer element right here. You can add this in, adjust the height as so. But up until this point, we don't really see a whole lot of usefulness in this, because we really want to dynamically generate all of these, all of the fields. But to do that is fairly simple, because since we're basing it off of the sale record, we have access to all of the lines there, including the subforms, so line items. Likewise, since we did lookups, and another reason why lookups are so important is because we can click into other records, such as the customer record, and pull their information. So for this, we might want to do throw in customer name. And since it is a what you see is what you get, we by default get the customer name and then whatever field, whatever value is for that field. Now, customers don't need to have a label. to know that their name is their name. So with this, we could either put it at the top, but in this case, we'll just say without label. And it just puts the customer name there. We can throw in their email, and again, without label, phone, and without label. And that's all you need to do for that. Maybe we want to add in the date. So we'll throw in the date right there. And for this, it might make sense to have a label, but we all know what dates are. So we'll actually throw it maybe up in the corner and remove the label entirely. And the text you see here, it's important to note at this point, the text you see here, the format it's in, is the format it will show up. So we can see that it's a relatively small font, and if we put the date up here, it's going to look really wacky and out of place. So we can go up to the top, click Format Value, increase this, I believe. Now I believe heading fonts are 28, and they are. So we can match that if we want. So we can format the value, type in 28, and let's right align this. And what I'll do is add a little spacer right here, just so we can start lining things up, reduce the height. And for this, I'm not going to make it entirely perfect, just enough to show you how it goes. So that is basic fields, but if we were, let's say the line item, where there are potentially multiple, potentially infinite line items per sale, we might want, I'll show you what happens when we throw those in. So as you recall, it is a subform. If we throw it in, by default we get the label and the field. However, if I click into this and let's say put the label at the top, what we can do is select related fields properties, and here we can add or remove fields related to that record. For this, we generally don't want to put the ID. Maybe you might have a SKU ID that is relevant. If that is the case, you can keep that on. But for us, let's do product quantity and line total. And we could just drag and drop that way. So we have the product quantity and line total. And likewise, we can throw in, let's see, the subtotal. We'll keep the label there. We'll throw on taxes. We'll again keep the label there, and then the total. And we could just resize it, which will automatically create a spacer. So let's just make those 40%. And this is now starting to look a little bit more like a sales receipt. Of course, we can throw in paragraphs here, type in content. You could add a spacer above, or you could just press enter. Below are the details of your sale, and maybe add in another one here. So thank you for your business. And this is all you need to do. And if you were paying attention, maybe up in the top right-hand corner, you could see that things are automatically saving as you go. Now, an important point, though, is if you're going back to edit and making changes, the autosave can be a blessing and a curse. You don't want to go in, make a few changes, decide that you don't like it, and then just exit off, because the changes will be saved. You could, of course, always press the undo button to go back, but just always keep in mind that things are being saved as you go. For now, though, it looks good enough for demonstration. We'll press X, go to workflow, and now what we're going to do is attach it to the email that we were sending out. So it was on the sale, and we'll click email customer. And before we attach it, maybe let's change this. We could say thank you for your business. And one thing to keep in mind, one that I'm not going to cover in this video, but emails do use a limited version of HTML, so many HTML tags are valid and will be respected if typed into this field. So I can do the BR tag, for instance, and this will create a line break. Attached is a copy of the receipt. And before I attach it, going back to this point, of course, if you have knowledge of HTML, then you can actually create quite interesting emails and templates just using HTML itself. Now, of course, if you don't have knowledge about it, you would either need a developer help you on that, or just stick to the templates. And likewise, keeping templates is perfectly fine in almost all cases. So to add an attachment, we would say attachments. And let's see if I can remember the syntax for this. It is template colon, and we would say sales receipt as PDF. Now, one thing I forgot to do is remember the link name. I think I called it sales receipt. Press update, and yeah, it was the sales receipt. Now, if you want to know which one it is here, or what to put here, what I'll do is I'll just go back and show you where to find that. Up to settings, record template, and this would be what you put in here. So keep in mind the link name, and like most things in Creator, link names are typically the display name with spaces replaced with underscores. Now, if I go press access this application and create a sale, select myself as a customer, fill this in really quick. When this is completed, what will happen is I will get an email saying thanks for your business, and I'll also get a PDF copy of the receipt, which is really nice. So I'll press submit. Sale added successfully. Going to wait a second. I'm going to, in the meantime, frantically refresh my email inbox, and here we go. We can see that we have the sales receipt right here. And if we look into it, well, let's blow this up a little bit. We can see that we have a very basic sales receipt printed right here. So adding a email template is as simple as that. Whether you already have a Creator application, are looking to get started, or just want to have a one-on-one conversation to get pointed in the right direction, always feel free to reach out to us at Function Dynamic by going to www.functiondynamic.com, click the Contact Us link, and fill in the Get Started form. Once filled in, you will automatically receive an email with a link to schedule a time that works best for you. This was Lee from Function Dynamic. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.